dumpster fire.
I made a comment about Arizona State. I was like, I think
I spent 2 weekends at Arizona State, and I would agree with that comment.
I asked for the highest STD rate among colleges for how many years?
So this is my side to Arizona State. I ran into Days in tournament after we had talked about that. I asked you, I do the meeting. Oh, yeah.
So did you see, was the...
It's actually
There's like a really neat organization I see is jump on it. Like I just want to see. There you go.
Somebody tweeted out there, oh, this little party and it doesn't.
Where is Eggman back from? He doesn't like it.
Video game.
We're just simplifying it.
All right. Thank you for your patience. Everybody ready? We're going to, we got head coach, Mike Singletary, Memphis Express, Joey Stein quarterback, Johnny Manziel. We're going to start with coach giving an opening statement, and we'll turn it over to questions. Going to keep it short with Johnny. He's got an engagement with the Boys and Girls Club that we're going to take him to. And once he's dismissed, then we'll turn it over to Coach for questions on Birmingham.
First of all, good afternoon. Looking forward to this week's game. It's great to have Johnny come and join our team. And our guys are excited. Team is excited. I feel that many of the people here in Memphis are excited. So with that, we're just going to continue to prepare for this week, get ready for a big game, and we're excited about the rest of the season.
I guess for a second, I'll just echo what Coach had to say. I'm very excited to be here. What a great opportunity this is for me to be a part of this team with a coach like Coach Singletary, and just being around yesterday with the guys, being back out on the field and being here. What a great opportunity. I'm very excited to start this chapter.
Johnny, it sounds like the passion and the fire is there. Has it always been there throughout all the hardships? Have you always had that passion and that fire to play football?
I think there was a point in time, maybe a couple years ago, I had some questions about that, and since then I've done a lot of soul searching and a lot of looking at myself in the mirror and coming to the realization that when I'm on the football field and when I'm on a team, my life is substantially better. And that doesn't change with being here. Just walking into the locker room yesterday, seeing the guys, getting to be one of the guys and be around get back into a playbook, get back into being around coaches and getting coached is all I could ask for in my life and exactly what I want to do with my life.
Johnny, I know you've been here for hours, really. Just talk about, does this feel different and how determined you are to make this stuff work?
I would say me and coaches getting a chance to sit and talk yesterday for 20 or 30 minutes proved that this situation was different. And that in my eyes and in my mind, I believe I'm here for a reason, and this is a great fit for me.
Just looking at your past, I mean, what you went through this time in CFL and having that opportunity and getting this, how crucial do you see this as? This is like one of my last chances I have to succeed here.
Life isn't only all about football. You know, it's a game that I do love to play and one that makes me very, very happy. But being a kid from Kerrville, Texas, I never thought I would end up on a stage in New York winning the Heisman Trophy. I've done things in my life that exceeded my expectations on a football field, far and beyond anything else. I enjoy playing football, I enjoy playing professional football, and I think this is another great opportunity for me. But if football went away tomorrow, I'm still Johnny Manziel, and I'm still a person that wants to be successful in life no matter what I'm doing.
You call this the next chapter. What do you want from this chapter?
I want to continue to get better as a football player and learn from a group of guys and a group of coaches here to learn how to be not only a better football player but a better person. You know, I'm working in all aspects of my life to continue that, and you know, that's what I really want out of this. I want to be able to come in here and compete. I want to come in here and learn and try and get better as anybody else is doing, I believe, in this league.
Is the goal to get back to the NFL? Is that the ultimate goal?
Absolutely, without a doubt.
What would this Johnny Manziel tell Johnny Manziel from, say, 5 years ago?
Keep the main thing, and focus on what you love and what makes you happy. I got immersed and lost in a bunch of things that only gave me temporary happiness, and this game and what it's done for me is you know, kept joy in my life and made me abundantly happy. And I would tell myself to focus and work and sacrifice fun for hard work and do what you need to do to wake up every day and be the best football player you can, be the best person you can, the best man you can.
When did Memphis first show up on your radar, like as a possibility that you're going to be? How did that work out?
It was just a process within the league as anybody else. When I signed my contract with the Alliance of American Football, I had first rights, I guess is how I understand it. And from there, you know, I guess I went to a waiver system.
How do you self-evaluate your skill level right now at this point in time?
I have a lot of confidence in my skill level. You know, I don't get away from the game very often. You know, I keep a football in my hand and I stay working out and doing what I need to do to try and, you know, better myself, you know, almost daily. So my confidence level is high. I believe I still have a unique skill set and still have the ability to play at any level, anywhere.
Why didn't it work out?
Well, I made a comment, you know, a couple of weeks ago about my time in the CFL and kind of how, you know, how thankful I was for the opportunity that I was there, and Coach Sherman, and you know, not only Coach Sherman, Coach June Jones. I was in 2 places in the CFL, both of which I learned a lot from, with a group of guys there that, you know, I made friends that I believe I'll have for the rest of my life. You know, guys like Jeremiah Masoli and Speedy Banks, you know, John Bowman, BJ Cunningham. The list goes on of the amount of guys that I met up there that, you know, not only took me in with all the chaos that was up there, but treated me like another guy in the locker room, and I'll forever be thankful for that. I think the CFL was a great opportunity for me, but now being here in Memphis, I'm excited for this and excited to be here and what step of this life, you know, what step this is in my life.
Johnny, how does it feel right now to be back in the States playing football after, you know, 2 years in Canada?
Amazing.
Have you ever been in Memphis football?
We played Ole Miss twice when I was in Texas A&M, and we actually stayed in Memphis. But outside of that,
Did you really remember it?
no, it's been a couple of years. But nevertheless, I think that's the only time I'd ever been to Memphis.
Have you had a chance to watch some of the Alliance games, and what do you think about the quality of football we play?
I've said this in the past. I think this league is exactly what a lot of guys needed. You know, there's a limited amount of opportunities and a limited amount of reps that you get in the National Football League or anywhere else for that matter. And you know, there's thousands of football players out there that, you know, have a dream of getting to the NFL, and it is a cutthroat business, and it ends one day. And guys want the opportunity to play, and you don't know what to do with your life when football's gone. I think this league has given guys a great chance and a great opportunity to restart careers, give guys second chances, and get a chance to get the reps that they desperately needed since their time in college. So I've seen nothing but games that don't look sloppy. They look very well ran, and they've been very competitive from day one to where we're at in week, I guess, 6 that we're in now. So I've seen nothing but great things and have nothing but great things to say about what I've seen so far.
Will you be ready to play this weekend, and do you expect to play this weekend?
I'm not sure. I'm leaving that up to Coach Singletary and the rest of the coaches. I've been in here, for the last 2 days doing all that I can do to make sure that mentally, I'm to a point where I feel extremely comfortable. I know going out and throwing routes and doing the basics of football, handing the ball off and things like that. I know those are things that I'm capable of doing any day of the week. But it's all about, a mental curve and a mental catching up to get to where you can do things second nature and not have to play slow. Because when you're thinking, out on the football field, you're playing slow.
2 more questions for Johnny.
You've had the term comeback season for a long time. Mentally, or is that in your head while you're going through this now? It's like, this is it?
I'm mentally hungry. I've been that way for a long time. And I'm just excited to get out and get a chance to play.
You mentioned the meeting with Mike when you feel comfortable with this is the right fit. What was it about that meeting? What is it about just being here that makes you confident?
I think I'll keep some of the things that me and Coach kind of, between me and him. But some certain similarities and things that we talked about that made me feel comfortable and made me feel like, this is a guy that's known me for 1 day and genuinely cares about my success and about me as a person, not just football. And that was very evident and very clear within the first day of me being here. So that's why I say that.
Last question, Jason Munn.
Given everything that's taken place over the past few years for you personally and professionally, it'd be easy for somebody like you, maybe defensive angle, to constantly answer questions and have all that stuff brought up over and over again. How do you avoid that? How do you kind of, avoid that?
Yeah, I guess I've just changed the way that I used to live life in the past. I started focusing on things that I really care about, my family, my football, and trying to better my life and have a routine that makes things work and not things break like they did a couple years ago. And I think I found a system that works for me with a support system in my life that I'm extremely grateful for. A wife that has been above and beyond what I could have ever imagined, helping me continue to eliminate some problems that I've had in my life. My family has not lingered and not wavered on me for a single day throughout all the negativity and all the things that have happened. And I'm very thankful for my close friends and my family and the tight-knit circle that I do have that's allowed me to get to this point and continue to try and live a dream out and do what I want to do and flourish at that.
Thank you, Johnny. We've got an engagement at the Boys and Girls Club that he's headed off to right now. Thank you for your time. Questions for Coach Singletary?
Coach, any update on Zach? The injury?
Well, we're still checking with the medical team to continue to get updates on that. So, I guess it's a matter of time. So,
is it likely he plays anytime soon, from what you know?
It's unlikely that he's going to play in the next few weeks. So that'll be interesting to see how all the tests come back.
The question was asked of Johnny whether he would play this weekend, but it's up to you. So will we see the flag?
Well, yesterday we went out and had sort of a walkthrough, jog through type practice, and tomorrow we'll speed it up a little bit and get a chance to see exactly where he's at. Come back and we'll gauge whether he plays.
You started 2 guys on the offensive line in Salt Lake that hadn't played, or at least hadn't started. You've had a bunch of injuries up front. They got to the quarterback 5 or 6 times with sacks. What can you do to counter that? Because standing in the pocket is kind of iffy right now with the way, unfortunately, the line's been playing. Obviously, a guy like Manziel is a guy who can move around a lot too, but what do you do to counter?
Well, there are a number of things that we do. First of all, we got to get the ball out quicker. We got to move some guys around and get creative about making sure that the quarterback is aware of where the pressure is coming from and set protection that way. So hopefully, you know, those things this week, offensive coordinator, O-line coach are scratching their heads and putting their heads together at the same time and making sure we come up with something.
What has struck you about Johnny so far? What are your impressions?
From the first time that I met him, just what a really unique individual. I didn't know what I expected. It's amazing, so many things that you hear beforehand, and you try to keep away from forming opinions of what you think a person might be like, and you actually meet him, and he's very pleasant, a gentleman, and you know, very alert and just alive, and that was very cool to me. Very down to earth. Just want to get back to being Johnny Manziel, whatever that was, or whoever that was. Working very diligently to get back to that person.
Coach, in terms of your offense, are you guys going to try to like tweak it for him, or just kind of plug him in and do some of the things you've been doing?
Well, I think the offense that we have, really the offense that really we started out with, really not knowing how the quarterback situation was going to work out from the beginning, and you know, it's interesting that during the last game that we played, Silvers really stepped up and seemed like, wow, you know, he didn't get a lot of reps last week because he wasn't the starter, and really handled the offense very well with very limited amounts of reps. And of course, Johnny, the system that we play, and Bobby Blizzard is familiar with, is really what he's played before. So Silvers as well as Johnny are both familiar with this system, and it should go well for them in terms of adjustment.
In terms of the role of the league, if he were to use this opportunity to get back to the league, I mean, that is why you all exist. Wouldn't that be a fabulous story? And you just met him, but wouldn't it be a fabulous story?
I think it would be an amazing story. I think, you know, not just for him, but for a number of guys. A number of guys in the league. I think that's why this league is so amazing, and I think a lot of people are rooting for it. To work and succeed. Definitely a huge step for a lot of guys.
Coach, when you were first meeting Johnny the other day and had that meeting, how much of it for you as a coach was trying to gauge, you know, Johnny as a person and Johnny as a football player? And have you guys talked at all about kind of guidelines or, you know, rules set in place for him going forward?
Actually, you know, really wanted to let him get his feet underneath him. He's got a million things coming at him. And we talked yesterday and really had a great conversation, and we'll certainly talk more. And I think those things will come, that time will come sometime this week when we sit down and really talk about guidelines and how he feels and his confidence level and all those things. And, you know, there'll certainly be time for that.
Mike, have you had a chance to talk with some of your players about their reaction to having somebody this magnitude, this big a name come into the franchise?
I think for our players, it's really thinking about really focusing on the season and kind of where we are right now, and still the possibilities that may be there. But I think our players are really focused on the next game. And Johnny Manziel, I think the guys are familiar with him and they've heard the stories and all of those things. And I really feel that they're just welcoming someone else in to try and straighten out their careers and go forward together. I think that's really the focus.
What would Johnny have to prove to you to ultimately get on the judges?
That really have to. The only thing that Johnny has to do is just be himself. I've talked to some of the coaches that he played for, and I know he can play. I know he can still very talented. It's just a matter of all of the other things that are coming at him right now, and to be able to get on the field and gel with the guys and with the coaches and the whole 9 yards and be able to perform at a high level. So I'm excited to see that, and tomorrow we'll have a chance to see that.
Were you surprised that San Antonio passed on the opportunity and then it fell into your laps?
No, I wasn't. I really wasn't. In all honesty, you just never know what to expect. But I think, everybody have different thoughts and ideas about certain players, and for me, before I say no about anyone, I want to make sure that I've had a chance to at least talk with them and kind of get a feel for where they are in life. I think Johnny, I can't imagine anyone, any coach sitting down and speaking with him that would walk away from that conversation and think there's something very special there.
Last one, anybody?
What was your reaction? I mean, when you, I don't know when it was, when it started trickling down that you might have a chance to get him, what was your reaction when management came and said, hey, we have a chance to get him out?
My reaction was, I hope that he has a chance to come. Because any opportunity that I have to work with anyone that's been, for whatever reason, taking a step back in life and trying to figure out how to get it right and want to get it right. I want to be around people like that. To me, that's what life's about. Getting back up.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate your attendance. And open practice tomorrow, still 12:30 to 2:30. 12:30 to 2:30 until further notice.
Here, right?
Thanks.